Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, July the 4th. Happy Independence Day to all of you. You know, there are so many wonderful stories about July the 4th. It's one of my favorite topics to read about and to talk about. July the 4th, 1776, the official date of the Declaration of Independence. I have a post over at my blog today. I also have it on Twitter where I talk about the 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence. There's also a great video recreation of the reading of the Declaration of Independence that came up in that great John Adams HBO series that came out 10 years ago or so. If you get a chance to watch that, you can go to YouTube or purchase a copy of it. It's a great investment. It'll tell you a great deal about John Adams, of course, who was one of the principals in the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But I think my favorite story of July 4th has to do with Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were two of the principal men among those 56 who signed the Declaration of Independence. John Adams became the first vice president of the United States under President Washington. Thomas Jefferson was the first Secretary of State, also under George Washington or President Washington. When John Adams became president in 1896, Adams and Jefferson became political rivals. And in 1800, they basically ran against each other for president. Jefferson won, and Adams was very bitter with Jefferson. He felt that Jefferson and his people had engaged in very ruthless negative campaigning, which is probably true when you look at some of the things that were said about John Adams. John Adams then went back to Massachusetts, pretty much left the public stage with his wife Abigail. They lived in Massachusetts. Thomas Jefferson served 2 terms as president and retired from the presidency in 1809 and also went into somewhat retirement in Virginia. These 2 men who were very serious political rivals basically didn't see each other or talk to each other for a long time. But sometime in 1813 or 1814, they began to write letters to each other. Jefferson, I think, took the first step, and he wrote a letter to John Adams. And between these 2 men, for the next 10 years, there was a tremendous number of letters that went back and forth. Most of the letters were about their reminiscence of the July 4th, 17th, or the Declaration. They also wrote letters about their political views and what was going on with the country. And through these letters, they were able to rekindle their amazing relationship. They never saw each other, but they did talk to each other through their letters. And here's the amazing part of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say. On July 4th, 1826, on the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, on the 50th anniversary of the document that they were so critical in creating, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died within hours of each other. Jefferson was in Virginia, in his home in Virginia, and Adams in his home in Massachusetts. So these 2 great men who were such collaborators in the Declaration of Independence, who then became political enemies, pretty serious political enemies, and then were able to reconnect their relationship through letters later in life, died on the same day, on the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I've always said this is one of my favorite stories about July 4th, the story of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, these 2 men who died on the same day, hours from each other, on the 50th anniversary of the Declaration. It's just an amazing story. So if you have a chance today, do read something, maybe watch something, or make it a commitment this summer to watch that HBO John Adams series. I think you're going to enjoy it a great deal and learn so much about those men that we call the Founding Fathers. Thank you so much for watching. We have all of these on YouTube. We have them on Twitter. We have them on my blog. And if July 4th is your birthday, have a wonderful day. And happy birthday, happy number 242 to the United States of America, the country that adopted me. And I'm such a strong believer in the United States. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.